came to my attention yesterday that some of my many YouTube videos that I've put up since I'm going on 3 years ago, that some of them, and I'm not sure which ones, are on a list that can't be viewed. One of them was when I was telling about Ennis Cosby, Bill Cosby's son, and I'm going to say this and then show you what has been brought to my attention is probably the real reason, and I don't know which ones or what. I haven't seen the list. But Ennis Cosby's was a mind control murder. Now then, it's one of them that I do know was on the list that you can't see. So I wonder why. Because if you Google, and I did, Esquire, which was it, National Enquirer, back then, wrote an article and accused his own father, Bill Cosby, of having him murdered. So you mean they can tell that but delete mine when I told about and connected it really well if you can ever get a hold of it, or one that I've put up since. Now, this is the other reason, and I'm just going to scan through it. I've tried to tell that I've been tortured. I am a hostage here in this country, kidnapped in 41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, so I'll start here. And I do mean tortured, and no one has paid or been held accountable at all. I found out in 1983, after I'd been flown out to Larry Flint's, in a political campaign. And let me remind you that I cannot use my real name, Margaret Ann Windsor. I have to use Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm married to Childers. And when I fill out applications, and I ran in the political campaign here, Mr. Flint flew me out there. It was about one of the doctors I'd written about, Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman and urologist at Piedmont Hospital. And the Soviets, or the Russians, jet shot it down when the KAL passenger plane that Larry McDonald was on was shot down. It veered into their space. Now, the Nixon was taken off of that very plane in Juneau, Alaska. So somebody had to know it was going down. It was en route to Seoul, South Korea. So I'm going to leave that. I put all that up. I just wanted to show you connections there. And why would the Ennis, why would they put that on the list, you know, unless it shows really plain if you can see the connections to where it's mind control. Anyway, I wanted to get to this, and this is the other that's really it. This woman here has stolen my life. She's given away my country. She's made and sit there and gone right through Virginia here, right by me, when the Virginia Tech murders were happening. About that time, maybe a week later, and I'm living on the Appalachian Trail. And if you go back and look at any of my videos, you'll know why I resorted to going there. She has been up in Carlisle, Kentucky, or near there, Lexington, where one of these, her, Annie Carter, lived and taught at Lexington Military Academy. She's been all over the place. She's had every chance to acknowledge who I am, to help me. I've starved, help me against after all, she's got my money. So I'm going to take up the time. I'm just going to scan through the things that I put up. And I haven't been able to put up where they've tried to kill me. And I'm talking about laws broken, that I was the wealthiest woman, or at least one of them, the day I was born. But this woman ended up with it, and I've been made a pauper, tortured, can't sue, can't nothing but beg. Okay, they brought me over here, my own uncle, George VI, illegal, with Roosevelt, 1939, the year I was born, planning my kidnapping in 41. And he's illegal. He took down his own brother with lies. And this is the problem. This came up. This is what I have just been made. Okay, that one of the reasons it's on, that my videos are on no view list, some of them. This is Wallis Simpson, who married a double, They used doubles back in those days. They're look-alikes, impersonators. This is my father, Edward VIII, a great honorable man. That's the reason they had to take him down. He was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, Windsor, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe, the O'Keefes. Okay, it's my understanding that some of my family, my grandmother, Mary, didn't think that, well, my mother was a commoner, supposedly, and didn't matter, she's a teacher, a beautiful lady, but they didn't think she was good enough. So that wasn't, this goes back even further, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and Bilderbergers. They control my money now, along with Elizabeth. She's a member of the New World Order, Illuminati. So is Hillary Clinton and all your presidents, except I don't think Jimmy Carter is. And that's one reason they really killed him, George Wallis from Alabama. By the way, this woman, Lina Dempsey, who I had to call Mother, and by the way, I did get in there, and I didn't know what I was saying, except subconsciously, I guess I did. I told her back then she wasn't my mother. She's a psychopath and killed her twins. I'm just going to show her the state of Alabama. I put all this up. Change of the dates of birth. They were born in 1938. The birth certificates of the twins, they were both killed by her. And the family covered it up until I found out about it. And now then, they want me dead, all right? They don't want all this told. January the 7th was the date in 1939 that I've had to use as a birth date. State of Alabama just marked through the twins born in a different year, and that's illegal. This is me in high school, and this is me in the horrible family. They're all gussied up, and if you don't know what gussied up is, you should see the way they acted in the shack and the pigsty I lived in. No food. It's a horror place. And this woman, oh God, while this woman has stolen my life and gave away my country, look at what's happened to the UK, to the British. This is my sons Mark and Scott, heir to the British Crown. This is an old photo. By the way, I haven't seen them in so many years, and their life's in peril, as long as there's an addendum to my father's forced abdication. 99-year seal was put on it to cover up my birth and the illegal takedown. My God, he was married to my mom, O'Keefe, and not to this sorry woman. By the way, she was really illegitimate. Her mother and father weren't married, and I'm the one brought over here with a beautiful father and called illegitimate and bastard. These were twins, and I have to still use the name Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers, this family. Now, I wanted to go to Wallis Simpson. She was married to Commander Earl Winfield Spencer of the Winfield. You get names in here like the father of these twins was supposed to be Freeman Norwood, who married Geneva. So you're getting into names, and then Philip was brought there. He's not shown here. He wasn't born then. A couple of years later, supposedly to her. I know now that's not true. I don't think it is. But the name Philip, and then, of course, Philip, who's kin to me, too, is married to Elizabeth, and they're living off of me, my money, part of a secret society, the Illuminati, that helped kidnap me, the Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, her own father, by the way, and the Kennedy clan. So I want to just scan over this because I think this is going off. But this woman here, they have lied so much. My dad, none of that they told about him is true. The double was riding a bicycle in a diaper. They've done everything, distorted my father and me over here. But they've got this political enemies, the duchesses, and she's not even a duchess. They're talking about Wallis Simpson, shaking hands with First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt in 1941, October. This is after they kidnapped me. By the way, they're buddies, bosom buddies. Right here, George, my own uncle, and my father's brother and Elizabeth's father, the one the movie was made about, He's sitting here planning my kidnapping in 39. Now then, what I wrote about too is a problem with people